If you're running a Google Ads campaign and struggling to get consistent leads, the chances are you might not have the correct goals set for your campaign. And in today's video, we're going to show you how to make sure that you have your conversion goals set up correctly so that Google Ads will work for you rather than against you. And just to show you how Google themselves define conversion goals, and the simplest way of defining conversion goals is the actions that you want the customer to take. And by correctly telling Google which actions you want the customer to take, it helps Google actually optimize your campaign and bids so that you're more likely to achieve what you actually want based on what you're telling Google that you're looking to achieve. So the conversion goals that you give Google are what Google uses to determine the success of your campaigns. And by setting up your conversion goals correctly, you're basically telling Google's AI what you're actually looking for and to keep getting you more of these and not to focus, on metrics that don't actually matter for your campaign. And just to show you some examples of conversion goals set up for a campaign, what you want to do is go to goals on the left hand side and then go to conversions. And in the conversion summary table is where you're basically able to see the goals that you have set up for your own campaign. And you can see, for example, this campaign, we have just three conversion goals set up. So for lead form submissions, phone calls directly from the ad, and phone calls directly from the landing page. Now, a point worth mentioning as well is that once you have these set up and your conversion tracking set up, what you want to do is make sure that they're selected as account default goals. Because if they're not selected as account default goals or selected as primary conversion actions, then Google's not going to track them as conversions for your campaign. So to do that, we just want to edit goal and we just want to make sure it's selected to account default and also make sure it's selected to primary action as well. And just to show you an example of the conversion goals inside another account as well, and what you can see here as well, which is also optional, but while you want to make sure that your core conversion goals, which would usually be your form submissions and phone calls, are your main conversion actions, you can also have conversion actions set up, for example, if somebody clicks on the phone number on your landing page, because most of those clicks on the phone number still result in phone calls, so it's still worth having as a secondary measure, and we have it as a secondary conversion action. So we don't want to have this selected as a primary conversion action because we don't want to count each time somebody clicks on the phone number to count as a conversion, but actual phone calls to count as conversion so Google knows what to optimize for. But if you have any conversion goals set up where you just want to track the data, of how many clicks a certain part of your website, for example, is getting, you either don't want to have conversion goals set up for those at all, but if you do, then you want to have it set as a secondary conversion action instead. So you're telling Google which conversion actions actually matter most for you in your campaign, whereas these secondary conversion goals then are simply to just collect data. And now when it comes to conversion goals for service-based businesses and you're creating a new campaign inside Google Ads, when you're asked to choose your objective at the very beginning, you always want to go with leads because we're most likely going to be looking for form submissions and phone calls, and those are the most relevant actions to the leads objective. And you won't need to worry about this second part down here because you're going to be setting up your conversion goals as I'll show you once you're actually inside your Google Ads campaign in the conversion summary table. But when you press continue then, and the conversion goals we're setting up now are for search campaigns, so you want to make sure it's for a search campaign as well. And for the select the ways you'd like to reach your goal as well, you can leave this blank too because we're going to be making it very clear with our goals, what we're actually looking to achieve. But then when you press continue and you can name your campaign whatever you like. And lastly, when setting up your campaign at the very beginning as well, why we want to make sure that we are selecting our goals correctly is so that Google's able to maximize the amount of conversions that we're going to get. And I'll leave the link to a separate video where I go into more detail on the bidding strategy that you should use. But we are eventually going to be working with a maximize conversions bidding strategy where Google is simply going to try and get us as many of the conversion goals that we've set, which is usually the phone calls and form submissions, within our budget. And we're able to set a target on, what we're willing to pay per lead for that as well. But we need to make sure that we have our goals set up correctly so Google knows what type of conversions we need to get in the first place. And we are going to be using maximize conversions, but if for any brand new campaign, I always recommend using maximize clicks and setting a maximum cost per click bid limit. But as mentioned, the video I have linked above will go into that in a lot more detail as we have made separate videos on maximize clicks versus maximize conversions inside Google Ads. Now, when you're first making a new Google Ads campaign, you're not going to have any of these conversion goals set up. So we're going to show you how to set up conversion goals for the main conversion actions we want people to take if we're looking for leads. And now the first mistake I want to point out as well that I see a lot of Google Ads accounts make is that I see so many different conversion actions in the summary table here for actions that really aren't that relevant in terms of generating leads. For example, just clicks to random pages on the website and not necessarily actions that indicate the person is, going to convert into a lead or looking to get the job done. Whereas we want to make sure that Google understands exactly what we're looking to achieve. So we're only going to set up conversion goals for the actions that really matter. And now before I do that as well, I'll leave the links above to the separate videos we've made on the actual tracking of the conversion goals for each of these individual actions. So that once you set up these goals, as I'll show you now, if you need help with setting up the conversion tracking for those, the videos above will help you do that, as we've done so for each of the separate phone call conversions and the form submission tracking as separate videos. But now to show you actually how to set up these conversion goals, you first want to go to new conversion action once you're inside your conversion summary table. And this should be useful for those of you that are setting up new Google Ads accounts now, because this is showing the new layout. Whereas before, the process of setting up conversion goals looked a lot different, but now they've changed around the layout, so it's a different process to navigate. But if you're looking to set up conversion goals for form submissions, we want to have selected the conversions on a website. So we can just press continue here and then ask what you want to measure. You see this list of options here. And if we're looking to generate leads by form submissions on a landing page, we're going to go with submit lead form. And then you want to set up to actually set up the conversion goal itself. And we're going to create a manual event then to actually set up the conversion goal. And you can name this as well whatever you like. So usually you want to name it with the type of conversion goal that it is. So for example, landing page, form submission, and we'll just call this for video, and then use this event. And then to make sure that we have it all set up correctly as well, you just want to check the settings of this conversion action. And if it's a form submission, action, we want to treat that as a primary action, as we mentioned at the start of the video, and we can leave the name as is. Now for value, we do want to change, because if we're looking to generate leads, we don't have a separate value. Whereas if we were selling products at different prices on our website, then it would make sense to have separate values. But for lead generation, you don't need to set a value. And for count as well, you want to keep as one, because if the same person fills out your form again, you don't want to treat that as a separate lead. And then apart from that, the rest of the settings can be kept the same. But if you're a service-based business, then you could change your click-through conversion window from 90 days to 30 days, because the same person might be looking to get another job done from you maybe a month later. And if they are, then they can be treated as a new lead, because if they're looking to, purchase from you again, then it can be considered a new lead, but I wouldn't recommend anything less than 30 days. And then you can just press done and then just press save and continue. And once you're done with that, then you'll be asked to set up your conversion tracking, and we can just press finish for now, as the video I mentioned above will show you how to make sure that you're tracking your form submission successfully. And the status will show as inactive until the conversion tracking is set up properly as well. So conversion tracking is an absolute must as well, or else Google won't actually know, which of your clicks are turning into conversions. The next ones then are for phone calls. So there's actually multiple types of phone calls that we can get inside Google Ads. So we're going to go through those now one by one as well. So conversions from phone calls is the conversion action that we want to set up. And as you can see here, there's calls from ads and calls from website visits. So people can call you from different places depending on where you show your phone number. So once we choose conversions from phone calls, we just press continue and then select phone call lead as we're looking for a call. And now, depending on what you're looking to set up, we can go with calls from website visits first. And if you're looking to track actual phone calls from your website and not, when somebody just clicks on the phone number, then we want to choose someone calls the number shown on my website. And what you want to do here is make sure that the phone number you enter is the exact phone number that's displayed on your landing page, displayed in the exact same way as well. So if there's any spaces or anything like that between the numbers, then you want to include those. But you just want to make sure that you have the correct location selected first and then put in the phone number. So we'll just put in the default number here, since we're just showing this for demonstration, and you can press use this event. And then as well, you just want to confirm that you're happy with how everything's set up under settings. And you can rename this as well if you like. And as we mentioned as well, for value, you don't need to use a value, and count you can keep as one. And for call lengths, then what you can do is reduce that from 60 seconds as default down to 1 second, because what we like to do is track every phone call that comes in. And keep click through conversion window and attribution as is, and then just press done. And also again, save and continue. And you can also set up your conversion tracking there and then. But what we like to do as well a lot of the time is just set up the conversion action first and then set up the tracking after. But now we've set up our conversion goals for landing page form submission and when somebody calls the phone number on our landing page. But now what we can do is set up conversion action when somebody calls us directly from our ad, whether that's a call only ad or a call extension. And we just want to make sure we have conversions from phone call selected again, and then phone call, And this time we're going to go with calls from ads. And as you can see here, it's when somebody calls a call ad or a call asset. And then we just want to press settings again to make sure it's set up correctly. And as mentioned, you can just rename this however you like. Don't use a value, choose one, change this to 1 second, keep the other two as is, and press done. And then just save and continue and finish again. And now what we've done is set up our three core types of conversion actions that we want to set up if we're looking to generate leads. And as you can see here, they're all set as primary actions, which is exactly what we're looking for. But what we need to do as well to make sure that they're actually showed as conversions each time they're triggered inside Google Ads is firstly, as we mentioned at the beginning, make sure that they're selected as an account default goal, or else they're not going to show as conversions in the overview dashboard. So do that with both your phone calls and your form submissions. And as long as you have your conversion goals set up like this, they're selected as account default goals and are selected as a primary goal. And as long as the conversion tracking is then set up as well, you're telling Google exactly what you're looking to achieve because you made it very clear with just a few goals that you're looking to achieve phone calls and form submissions for your campaign. And you're not looking to focus on, like, all of these other metrics that you could be focusing on your website that just simply doesn't matter when it comes to generating leads. And Google Ads is going to optimize your campaign a lot quicker versus someone else that has 10 or 15 separate conversion goals set up. Now, I hope this video helped and gave you clarity on exactly what to do to set up conversion goals for your campaign so Google's actually working for you and not against you in terms of giving you exactly what you're looking to achieve with your campaign. Now, if you do have any questions at all about conversion goals or any other aspects of Google Ads, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you are a service-based company looking for further help with your Google Ads, feel free to have a look at the link in the description down below. And if you do like this Google Ads related content as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.